What's up, everybody? This is Daniel's son. Well, I was going to do, everybody's been wanting me to do a review on Bentley for Men Intense, and I was actually planning on doing that today, but I decided to postpone that review because I actually started wearing the decant that I got of Bentley for Men Intense a few nights ago, and I already had it in my head what this was going to smell like because I knew what the notes were, I knew what the accords were. I've read tons and tons of comments from people on what they thought of it. I've seen all the fragrance reviews that the fragrance reviewers have done on this, so I sort of had it in my head. I already knew what this was going to smell like. And when I started wearing this the other night, I was like, this is not what everybody, I'm not getting what everybody else is saying that they're getting. I'm getting something completely different. And actually the first couple of times that I've wore this fragrance, within an hour, I was like, this actually smells bad to me. I don't even think this smells good. So it's one of maybe three things. It's either and I even checked the writing on here. It says Bentley for Men Intense. I actually double checked that twice to make sure what the decant says. It's either somebody thought that they were sending me Bentley for Men Intense and sent me the wrong fragrance by accident, or either this fragrance has gone bad, or either this is Bentley for Men Intense and it just stinks. So I'm not sure which is which. So I'm just going to hold off on this review and do something else. I'm actually going to do Missoni Parfum pour Homme in place of this. But I'm going to wait until I find somebody else that has Bentley Intense, so I can get a sample from them and like do this review over again, because there's I don't know. I don't know about it, so I'm just going to wait until I can get another sample from somebody else. Another thing is, I've mentioned this in a couple of my other reviews, the exceptional Because You Are for Men, that every time I've ordered anything from Fragrance Net, they would send me like a sample. And this is not even close to what I have. I have like 3 times as much in my drawer, but there's been a couple of times that I've almost took all these samples and just threw them in the garbage, but I was like, no, I can't do that. I have a hard time throwing things away like this that's actually not trash. But I'm glad that I didn't, because last night I was laying in bed and for some reason I started thinking about homeless people and people that were on the streets that were like, didn't have any food and they was starving, and I started thinking about that. And I was like, oh no. And then I was like, wait, all those samples, I was like, I bet you I could find a lot of people out there that would so appreciate this a lot more than me. So I was like, that's what I'll do. I'll like, every time I go out, I'll take some of these samples and just like hand them out to people. I'll find people that are having a hard time with different things and just like hand them out. Maybe people will like appreciate them more than me, because sometimes I take things for granted and don't appreciate things for what they are. But this might actually be one of the best gifts that somebody out there might have. This might be the best gift somebody can get, you know, that's never had a fragrance maybe or something. So I'm going to give my 100 samples away and find people that will appreciate them more than me. So never throw away your fragrances, y'all. Keep them and find somebody that will like them better than you. Or either if you can't find somebody that will take it, put it on the street somewhere and people will pick it up and start wearing it maybe. I don't know. But anyway, on to my, well, actually I want to say something else. A couple of weeks ago, I was in the fragrance Facebook groups and I was making some in search of posts saying, I'm in search of a coconut or pineapple combination fragrance, or either a pina colada fragrance. Does anybody know of any? And one of my friends in Facebook, his name is Kevin. He actually owns a fragrance company called Sensual Obsessions. He actually was like, yeah, I have something. And he actually already had a fragrance called Pina Colada. And thank you, Kevin, man. I got these in the mail today. I'm really excited. And he actually sent me another one called Hawaiian Tropics. I haven't put these on yet, but I actually smelled them through the atomizers, and they smell freaking terrific. This Pina Colada actually smells like Pina Colada. I like this. But I'm planning on wearing these the next week or two and doing a review on these. They actually smell really good through the atomizer. But anyway, sorry about my Bentley for Men Intense review, but in place of that, I am doing something that I absolutely love. It is called Missoni Parfum pour Homme. Come out in 2017. Let me give you the notes. Top notes: green lemon leaves, lemon pulp, pink pomelo, lavender. Heart notes is Mediterranean herbs, ginger, pomerose, jasmine. Base notes is patchouli, sandalwood, oakwood, birch, and musk. Now the pomerose in the heart notes is actually a synthetic note. It's like a fruity rose with aspects of apple and plum. And the pomelo in the top notes is actually, it's a citrus. It looks like a humongous grapefruit, but I think it's actually a combination of grapefruit and orange. But let me tell you what I get from this. In the opening, I get a really, really beautiful, natural smelling, crisp, sharp, juicy citrus blast. That's what I get in the opening. And I don't usually like citrus, as most of y'all know, but this citrus is different. This is so natural smelling, and it's so juicy smelling, and it's like a combination of citruses, and there's almost a little bit of like natural sweetness in there too. It's just such a beautiful citrus opening. I really like it. After about 40-45 minutes, that sharpness and that in-your-face citrus sort of like calms down a little bit, and then I start getting those herbs, and I start getting that ginger. Now I do get, it seems like, more spices and stuff than just the herbs and the ginger. It seems like I'm getting other spices in there, but even though it's not listed in here, but it's more of, in the mid, it's more of a smoother citrus. But you have those spices and that ginger and those herbs that come in with a little bit of floral. Now, I can't necessarily say that the floral is jasmine, but I do get a lavender in there. Really beautiful, a really beautiful combination of citrus, floral, spices, and herbs in the mid. Now, in the dry down, that citrus is pretty much already gone, but the spices and the floral and the herbs and that ginger carry over into the dry down, and that's where I like this fragrance the best, because you get all that spices and the ginger and the floral and the herbs combined with all those different kinds of woods, and it is absolutely beautiful dry down. It's one of my favorite dry downs that I've smelled in a long time. And those woods are so nice because it's a combination of woods. You get the oak wood, and you get the smooth sandalwood, and that birch gives it a little bit of smokiness. I don't really get any musk, but it's such a beautiful dry down. So it's a really juicy citrus, spicy herbs, a little bit of smoky woods in the dry down. This is very, very masculine to me. Everything, the opening, the mid, and the dry down, everything is so natural smelling, very well blended, very high class smelling, very upscale smelling. There's nothing cheap or synthetic about this whatsoever. Very masculine, very upscale, very classy. I actually consider this more of a formal fragrance. Of course, you can wear this. I wear it anywhere. I wear it on my day off. I'll wear it to work. I'll wear it to a wedding. I'll wear it anytime. But this is, I think most people would consider this more of a formal because it does smell so beautiful, so well blended. I think most people would wear this more as a formal, like suit and tie and dress up and date. The performance is exceptional. Also, I'm getting 9 hours on this on the average as far as like longevity. The projection is moderate. It doesn't project like a beast or anything, but one of my favorite things about this fragrance is the scent trail. The sillage is spectacular on this because there's been several times that I would wear this to work or wear it here at the house. Like this morning, I put this on. I had it on for a couple of hours. I decided to go out and pet Habibi. She's a cat that adopted me. She's my neighbor's cat. I went outside for about 35-40 minutes. I came back in, walked through the kitchen, and I could actually smell the fragrance that was still in the kitchen, that was still there when I walked through the first time. I actually smelled it like 35 minutes later when I come back through. And it actually smelled better in the air. After staying in the air, it smelled better to me than what it did if I smelled my arm like up close. It just smelled so much more beautiful in the air. But I love this fragrance. I really do. It's so masculine. It's so versatile. The way this is blended and the notes and the accords, you can wear this any occasion, any season, whether it be hot summer or cold winter. Male or female could wear this, but I consider this really masculine fragrance. I compare this, well, actually a lot of people compare this to, I think, Bleu de Chanel, but I think it's up there with the most versatile fragrances, which is Bleu de Chanel, Sauvage, and Dylan Blue. I think this is actually up there with them. That's supposed to be like the kings, the top three, but I consider this up there with them. As a matter of fact, I like this actually better than Sauvage Eau de Parfum, but to me it's equal to Bleu de Chanel and Dylan Blue as far as I'm concerned. I give this 2 huge thumbs up. There's nothing negative I can say at all about this fragrance. It's just the perfect combination of spices, citruses, woods, florals, herbs, and it's so well blended. There's not one thing that I can say negative about this fragrance. And it's actually, for what it is, it's actually very inexpensive. I looked online last night and you can get a 100 ml for, I think it's between $45 and $50. I'll put the link in the description on where you can get this, but yes, I highly recommend this one. As a matter of fact, when I start collecting again, I'm planning on buying me a 100 ml of this, even though I do have Dylan Blue, which this is similar to Dylan Blue and Sauvage and Bleu de Chanel, but it's different enough to where it's okay to have this and all those others also. But highly recommend this, and I'll give this like an 8.5 out of 10. Yep, 8.5 out of 10, no problem. That's what I will rate this. But I hope y'all have a good day, and I hope y'all got something from this, and I will talk to you in a few days. Check it out. Check it out. It's like, for what it is, man, it's really good. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.